If you were to throw a coin on a racehorse, old one, young one, which one will run faster?
The young one.
Same thing as which one will die faster.
I better not answer that.
Hello everyone, this is Evan here.
Hi, I'm Sherry.
Hi, I'm Charlotte.
I'm Joash.
And today we will be talking about insurance. I think very important. And depends on what kind of insurance also. Insurance, there's different type. Car, health, term, life. This one I'm very confused.
Home also.
Yeah, home insurance also. But I'm always very confused about the health insurance part.
So, they don't call insurance agent anymore, right? It's financial advisor.
Oh, yeah.
Nowadays,
Branding.
but also, before they start everything, they always ask for details, right? Oh, can you give me your detail of all your this or that, whatever you have? Then they advise you nicely. I went through a few rounds of that as well. But what I would say is, I'm very grateful that I have friends that I can trust first. So to me, that's what I feel. So I would like to know that, hey, this person, their motivation is because they want the best for me first, right? Not so much they need to pocket some money or commission, correct? But yes, I believe it's very important.
I do have a lot of insurance friends that they actually share a lot. So always when I will just let them, like Evans mentioned, let them share whatever they share. Then at the end of the conversation, then I will ask them, okay, so if you are at the same stage as me, what will you buy? So I think that helps me a lot.
I actually went to a broker, right? It's also financial advisor. They represent me as a client and they have got an array of different products. So it's just not attached to one company. So I find myself taking the brave step to say, I actually liquidate the old policies that doesn't serve me anymore and then pick up new ones.
Also another kind of insurance, work insurance. When you go
insurance?
because company to cover you and because things can happen when you're at the job place as well. This is my story. The insurance is covering me when I went for training overseas. Fly me to Australia for 2 months for this training. One day I wake up, I cannot walk. Suddenly so I told my buddy saying, hey, I think I better need to go hospital at least just to check it out. So I took a cab, managed to go there. When the person diagnosed already, straight away enter me to A&E. That's serious. I didn't expect it. Never happened to me before. In the end, turned out to be overnight bed stay. So turns out the doctor called it cellulitis. But at that time also I had no idea what on earth that is. But they managed to discharge me. And the only reason why things went very smoothly, because got insurance coverage. So after the experience, I tell you, must have. Because you will never expect it. It's just suddenly, anything can happen and then next thing you know, you're AE already.
I was half expecting Evan to say, I need to go and get the Saikong to Saikong the room, right?
Straight away send to mortuary anyway for the Saikong. So insurance is very, very,
very important.
I used to play soccer quite often. Then I every time injured my ankle. So one good thing about insurance is that I can claim whenever I go to a Western doctor or a Chinese twin. So that one, if you accumulate the amount for a few years, it's actually a lot. Every month you pay 20 plus for the accident plan, but you get to claim 180 all this, very shook leh. 赚到的感觉有没有? But one more very important thing is that don't over cover.
Yeah, don't have to overdo it.
Yes,
as well
correct.
Because over cover, then just a bit OTT already, then the extra money that you are paying, right? If it doesn't serve a purpose, then there's no point also.
Hey, Sharon, just now I heard that you say you got your insurance from a broker, right?
Yes.
Then you got from agent, then she got from agent, I also got from agent. So actually, is there any difference or not?
How I know? Ask the expert lah.
And now we have our expert here, Augustine. Welcome and thank you for being here with us.
Basically, we have a discussion about insurance, what's good. So my first policy, I got it directly from a company, an insurance company itself. And then later on, I engaged a broker to do it. The only difference I know of it is from the company, you have to buy directly the product from that particular company, whereas the broker, then they can introduce whatever is good for me. Is that only the difference?
I think if you go towards a broker or direct company versus coming to an insurance agent, at least how I do it for my clients or how my team does it is that we really have to get to know you first. Everybody views money differently, right? So if I start comparing products, we start looking at the benefits, then most of the time we will start straying into this one got more benefit than this one. This one looks better. But some benefits don't suit you, even though there's like more, right? So let's say if you're a family of 7, you don't buy a supercar with 2 seats, you buy a SUV, right? So having to understand the objectives of any financial products, because if you look at the underlying value of money, it is actually to amplify certain aspects of life. So if you don't put that into concrete objectives or key points, you start comparing, you start cancelling and replacing a lot of plans, which you might put yourself in a position where you start losing money. So I think if you can look for somebody, regardless whether broker or etc., if you're financially savvy, of course go straight to the company. The difference between having a sole agent, the relationship must be good. So if I were to take care of somebody that is my mom's age, which is 60 plus 70, at that point in time, how they have truncated their lives and put their foundation in their financial products, right, is on a different world. And I can't use that in, let's say, my generation, which is like 30.
Wow, I really can't remember. Army. In the army time, you must go and buy your insurance.
The SAF term insurance.
Yeah, that's my
Okay.
first one.
Okay, so you mentioned yours is 18.
18.
Then yours?
I started at 23.
So
First
now
job.
you're how old?
Now, few years back only lah.
A couple years back only. Yeah. I started mine when I remember I record it was 21, and then I switched. Or rather I seized the old one, and then when I did my switch was when I was currently.
It's present,
Present, about 3 years back lah. Yeah, also not very long. Yeah. So, if you were to ask me, how can I just part with whatever that I have accumulated and all that, right? I think for myself, it's because, like I say, the new one serves me better. Right. But I think I also don't know whether or not I did the right thing, to be honest. So maybe ask the expert again.
Just now I remember you mentioned a point that as you grow older, right, the insurance premium will be much more. Maybe you can explain why is it so? Why younger get cheaper?
Direct. If you were to throw a coin on a racehorse, old one, young one, which one will run faster?
The young one.
Same thing as which one will die faster.
I better not answer that.
I mean probability or nature lah, right? So even male and female, guys tend to die earlier, right? So that's called a mortality charge. So actually, if you look at it in a numbers point, age is because maybe you're the risk of you falling ill, or risk of you, the payout lah, when I need to pay you, death, disability, CI, right? The main three. The probability of you getting as you are older is higher than a young person. If you were an insurance company, if somebody is 90 years old, right, no problem. Will you charge the same as a 1-year-old? And you know that you got 90 years to take premiums to invest it and do etc. You pay $200, I give you 1 million. On 90-year-old, the chances of you paying out is a losing detriment business on the risk exchange lah. So mortality charges apply in that sense.
So does it help if, let's say, for example, somebody who is at 20 years old buy an insurance, then when you reach 30 years old, or as compared to somebody who buy directly at 30 years old, how's the premium difference?
Okay, if you have a rough gauge, right, it increases 3 to 5% year on year, like your pay increment in that sense, right? But if you look at it, every 5 years, you'll see a small little jump, incremental. But once you pass 30, it gets a bit more. 40, you're already bridging on lifestyle and how much you have at that point in time and which products are suitable or not. Then you have to key in, weigh out the options on whether you want to take insurance plan that lasts you for the whole time and you have to pay a bit more because the time horizon is shorter, or something that's term that is like a blanket, but then you use the extra premiums to invest it to sort of make up for the premiums lah. So yes, you can see a stark difference as you age. And the biggest jump I can see that it will compile is after 30 if you see normally. Yeah.
So we've come to the conclusion of this episode. I would highly recommend that if you have not gotten your insurance, to get it and also to do regular reviews. Right? So bye-bye.
Hey, 卖照. Remember to like, share and subscribe.
Something happened, too late already.
Correct. I totally agree with Joash.
Hey.
Forget his name, I say.
Wait, I read correctly at Tong Heng, right? Tong Heng, please sponsor me. Okay, thank you.